everybody, welcome back to our channel.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Flaws and Alls, Brian.
I'm Chris.
Alright, so we're going to get this started with the topic for today.
Alright.
As always, unscripted, unrehearsed. Gonna pick it right out of this bowl. Whatever we pick, that's gonna be the topic for you can pick. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep shaking stuff. I picked the last one, my bad.
Alright. Oh gosh, I know he's nervous. Okay. What is this? Aww. Forgiving yourself. That's a good one.
It is. This is a good topic. Forgiving yourself. You're right. I know you picked that one. Okay, so let's talk about it. Forgiving yourself. So I will speak through some personal experience that I've had with far as dealing with regret, so to speak. So as you go through life, things happen to you. Be it, things with your friends, or a marriage, a divorce, whatever the case may be, and you carry that burden for so long. But what kind of helped me is I really had through hard times in my life. I had a really great support system that helped me through it. But what happened for me is when I realized that everything wasn't your fault, or when you realize everything's not your fault, and you can live with the mistakes you made and move forward and forgive yourself for those mistakes, that's when you will truly see the new you. When you can let go and let God, so to speak, let Him kind of guide you through that pain, that hurt, that turmoil that you're experiencing, everything will get better. But understand, from me, forgive yourself, because forgiveness is for you, not for the other person.
Yes, it is. It's for you. For me, obviously, I think all of us, we all go through something, and a lot of us do struggle with actually forgiving ourselves to move forward. We can forgive others all day long, but the hardest thing is forgiving yourself. I experienced this, and I struggled with it during one of my difficult times in my life. And what got me through it was talking to other people and actually living my truth and speaking my truth. And speaking about, like, when you're forgiving yourself, it's so hard sometimes to have those conversations. And for me, like, I wanted to reach out to the people that I knew who, one, they weren't going to judge me, but two, were going to give me the real. So, like, whether that I wanted to hear it or not, they was going to tell me if I was wrong, or if they was going to tell me if I was right, or just being neutral. And so I wanted to share that with people that I knew who genuinely loved and cared for me. And it helped me heal and say, you know what, Crystal, it is okay. You can forgive yourself. You can move on. We can pray to God or whoever it is that who is your spiritual leader all day long and ask that, God, and for forgiveness. But if you don't forgive yourself, then what is the point of asking others to do it? It starts with you. That's where the true healing begins. So for me, that was my experience and what I did and what helped me on my journey of forgiving myself for some of my mistakes.
To her point, just having, friends with that had those, that you can have those shared experiences with. And not, Crystal, speak about speaking your truth. I think people kind of get those lines blurred. When people say, I speak the truth, I think it comes from speaking from a biased standpoint, in my opinion. But when you speak the truth, you have to speak the truth to exactly how a thing or that thing, whatever happened, without leaving out any details, because details are important. So when it comes to forgiving yourself, you have to look at yourself and do a pretty whole body review of what happened. Where did I commit that wrong? Where did I misstep? Where did I go off the rails? What could I have done better? And those things. So you have to be really honest with yourself. And then once you get those truths on the table to yourself, and you can identify, okay, I could have did that better. I could have done that better. I could have been here. I could have been there. I could have talked about it this way. I could have came from this point of view. And then as you talk yourself through, guess what you're doing? It's healing.
Right.
It's all a part of healing. And then when you reach that point to where the clouds dissipate and the sun comes out, and you can truly move on and truly forgive yourself for whatever that indiscretion was, your life will start to go in a different direction, because you've let go of that pain, you let go of that hurt, and you're not living in that fear of what you did. You're living in standing in your truth and how you spoke it, and when you can speak it with conviction, with factual evidence as it relates to what was your mistakes, you'll feel a whole lot better.
And piggybacking off of that, when you speak your truth, nobody can use none of that against you.
Facts. Say that.
Nobody can use it against you.
Say
okay?
that.
So, and it's crazy because you're gonna have people who's gonna try to use your past against you, to hurt you. And when you are finally healed and you've forgiven yourself and you moved on, what do you say? Let go and let God. It won't hurt you. You won't feel no pain because you've already passed that. So just know that it starts with within, and getting that out and talking about it and making sure you're careful with who you share your business with, because not everybody is for you. Okay.
You speaking some truth today.
When you talk to those individuals who you know is really there for you, they're the ones. So nobody can take that from you. Okay, nobody can hurt you with your past. You'll be completely healed. So I think that is the true beginning of living your life healed and completely free of holding yourself hostage. So
I think to kind of add this last thing going is, when you stand in your truth, it feels a whole lot better, because guess what you're not doing? You're not covering up anything. You're not covering up nothing. Because the moment you try to speak truth, but you didn't let everything out that was facts, you're not really healing. You're just covering up the wrongs that you're doing to put on this facade to make other people think something different from the truth. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you be open and honest with yourself, forgive yourself first. If you wake up late, my fault. I forgive myself for not doing what I was supposed to do. If you cut somebody off while driving, hey, I'm the one in a rush. I shouldn't have did that. Forgive yourself. And when you can start, thinking about it logically, and how it for me, just for from a standpoint of knowing my faults and living with those faults, and then moving forward, I'm telling you, it's the weight that was lifted off my shoulders. I can't describe it, but I will tell you, I feel a lot better since the hurt and pain I went through in the past. So it's all about forgiving yourself. When you can do that, I'm telling you, your life will take off.
And to wrap that up, I do want to say one last thing. When you live your truth, you're healing. And not only are you healing, but you're actually maturing, and you are a lot wiser. You won't choose the same mistakes and the same path that you had in your past. So that actually leads you to a successful and a prosperous life in the future. So just take those type of steps into consideration. Nobody's perfect. You're going to stumble, and you might keep putting band-aids on that wound every once in a while, but when you're finally comfortable with living in that and forgiving yourself, those band-aids are going to start coming off, and that wound is going to be healing. So you'll be all right. I think that's all I have to say for this video. What about you, baby?
I'm good. Good. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, stay blessed, stay vigilant, stay you. Flaws and all.